From cooking bacon on the side of her bed in her disgusting apartment to literally rolling herself down a hill when she couldn't bear to walk anymore. Syreeta from season 11 of My 600 Pound Life has honestly one of the most ridiculous episodes of the entire series, and despite getting as much help as she could have possibly asked for, she fails time and time again to lose any weight. At the beginning of the episode though, we see why she's motivated to lose weight, as she lives in utter filth. She can barely get out of bed anymore and she is surrounded by mess and clutter.
I'm scared to sleep, if I could be honest. I'm scared that I'm not gonna wake up because of my weight. I done had some health scares and I got doctors tell me I'm too big.
Syreeta's house is basically falling apart. There's chunks of plaster missing from the walls, the floor is coming off in places, and honestly it's only a matter of time before it all comes crumbling down. And with Syreeta being well over 600 pounds, it makes things even more dangerous.
I live with the love of my life, my husband Lawrence, and my stepson. I'm thankful for my current living situation because not everybody got a roof over their head, but at the same time, it's challenging. The floor is unleveled and uneven and it's weak, so I'm scared that I may fall through the floor. And then it's hard going up and down the stairs because my stairs are so steep. I have a fear of falling down the stairs. I fell through the floor literally just a few days ago, but my son fell through first and I ended up falling through again.
To be fair, it's a miracle she can still walk down the stairs, as most patients her size can't even walk a few steps on flat ground. Despite her size, she still has a good attitude and still tries to keep going as much as possible, even though the pain from her obesity is obviously very bad. She even showers by herself, completely unassisted, which is a pretty rare occurrence on the show.
It's depressing because I have a lot of stomach, and then with having short arms and trying to reach behind a big old body, and it's challenging, very challenging. I do have a hard time washing my feet because once I bend over to try to wash them, I'm wobbly and I'll end up falling. I'll be out of breath after I get out the shower or just in a lot of pain from doing all that moving in the shower. Then I crawl up the stairs because it hurts to go up and down. And so I try not to depend on my family so much just because sometimes they enable me a little too much. So I try to depend on myself before I ask for help.
Her living situation is pretty awful. Her body causes her pain, but there's still one thing that makes everything better for Syreeta, and obviously, that is food.
Eating makes sometimes her mood better. If she's stressed out, she eats. If she's unhappy, she'll eat. I mean, I guess it's a coping mechanism for her.
I'm hungry. You ready for breakfast? I am.
What you need me to get?
I want to do bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches with some pizza rolls.
Okay.
You can go grab that, and I'll get the stuff set up here.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. But I can't really judge because I am an enabler sometimes. 1 minute I'm like, no, you shouldn't. Then I'm like, here you go, what you wanted. It's like peace and war. Do I want war or do I want peace? If I give in, I'll have peace. If I don't, it'll be a constant nagging about it.
When it's breakfast time, Syreeta prepares sandwiches on the side of her bed with a hot plate resting on a cabinet. It's right in front of the TV as well, so you can imagine that's just covered in grease. And honestly, I don't even want to think about how bad the room smells.
Food fulfills me. It fulfills empty voids that humans can't fulfill. It's like a kid in the candy store. When you go in the candy store and your eyes light up because you got a multitude of stuff and you got all type of different variety of stuff. That's the same thing when it comes to looking at my refrigerator like, oh, I'm eating out of every one of those snacks.
Syreeta makes herself 4 breakfast sandwiches with bacon and cheese, as well as about 50 pizza rolls too. Our plate is piled so high that it's about to fall off the bed. As a guess, I'd say there's at least 3,000 calories in this breakfast alone. Because she makes the food herself, she has complete control of whatever she makes. If she wants another sandwich, she can just make it and doesn't have to ask anyone to do it for her. Now, just before we look at Syreeta's history, I thought it would be interesting to look at my history, which we can look at using MyHeritage, who have very kindly sponsored today's video. MyHeritage are currently running a promo, which means that you can get a DNA kit for just $19, which is significantly lower than a lot of other companies. All you need to do is a quick cheek swab with a cotton bud, which then gets posted back to MyHeritage, for them to work their magic and figure out where your DNA comes from. Before I took the sponsorship, I was a bit nervous about just giving my DNA away, but they do have a privacy policy which shows that they will never never sell my DNA to anyone, which does put my mind at ease. They also have some pretty cool new features too, and one is the Ancient Origins feature, which traces your DNA back 10,000 years, connecting you to real ancient civilizations. The other is the Traits feature, which gives you an insight into your different personal traits, which covers things from personality, lifestyle, nutrition, and more. After you send your cheek swab, you wait a few weeks and you'll get your results by email. Okay, finally the results are in, so let's see where I am truly from. Let's go. Now, only 22% English is interesting because a lot of my audience think I am Scottish, but I'm not. I'm from near Newcastle in the UK. And 16% Irish is also quite shocking too. Wow, 16% outside the UK is a lot more than what I expected, to be honest. Let's see my full ethnicity estimate. So some Northern Europe, but the majority is exactly what I expected, which is sort of in this area here, which is cool. It also matches your DNA to others in the MyHeritage database who you might be related to, so you can get in contact with them if you wanted to. If you're interested in the MyHeritage bundle, you can use code Craig to get a huge discount on the DNA kit, a 30-day free trial, free shipping, and so much more. Thanks to MyHeritage for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back into Syreeta's story. Syreeta had to learn to cook and make food for herself from a young age, as she had a pretty traumatic childhood.
I had a horrible childhood. There was nothing sweet about it. All the stuff that I went through, a child should have never went through at 2 years old. So I was raised by a lot of people, moving around from home to home. And more often than that, I was abused in these homes. And by the time I was 8 years old, I had been physically, sexually, and mentally abused. I was mentally traumatized. But each new family that child services sent me to didn't have the knowledge to know how to deal with that. I was a defiant kid at that time, so I was in and out of girls' homes and eventually juvenile detention. So around the time when I was 11, I decided to try and find my birth mom, and we reunited. I told her how it had been in the foster care system, so she took me in.
After a few months living with her mother, they started to butt heads, and Syreeta became very unhappy again. She finally thought she'd found a stable place to stay, but just that wasn't the case. She accepted that she would never find comfort from a family or a home, so she just fully committed herself to getting comfort just from food. By the time Syreeta finished high school, she was well over 450 pounds. Even for the pages on the show, they finished high school around 250 pounds, so Syreeta is already well ahead of them. She's used to being chronically obese from such a young age that it's just all she knows. After Syreeta finished high school, she moved in with her grandma, but couldn't get a job because she was so fat. She received state benefits and spent all of that money on food, but she was happy. It's all she ever wanted, to live in a quiet house without arguing and to be able to eat whatever she wanted whenever she wanted. But all that eating has caught up with her, and everyday tasks are becoming increasingly more difficult. Even trips to the supermarket are getting harder, and Syreeta needs to use a mobility scooter instead of walking.
Meal-wise, I probably eat twice a day. But as far as snacking wise, that's every day, all day, constantly. Oh, these are so good.
How about these right here?
Oh, yes. Honey barbecue. I actually like those. You want some cheese balls? I like cheese balls.
It's easy for Syreeta to fill her shopping trolley up with snacks. Crisps, chocolate, and cookies are all just so cheap, and obviously you can just eat them immediately. Foods that are quick to eat are most important to Syreeta, as she needs to be able to get things quickly, and reaching over the bed to get her crisps from the counter is just the perfect thing for her. When Syreeta makes food for the family, she also controls the portion sizes. Her husband and stepson get a bowl, but she just gets the entire pot. But Syreeta claims she feels totally helpless. She can't stop eating. Even when she's full, she needs to keep eating through the discomfort. It is a real addiction, and she just doesn't know how to stop it.
I'm scared that there's nothing I can do and that I'm too far gone to get help. And I'm scared it's just a matter of time before I go to bed and don't wake up.
Syreeta makes the decision to go and see Dr. now and has to drive over 18 hours to get there. Over the several day drive, Syreeta and her husband's relationship does come into question, as he seems a bit nervous about Syreeta losing weight because he is her self-admitted enabler.
Let me ask you a question. Now, when I got with you, I was big. When we got married, I was big. So now I'm actually trying to do something about it. How does it make you feel?
Don't really bother.
It don't bother you?
Not really.
Are you excited about it?
Well, I can't really say I'm excited.
Don't you want me to be more healthier?
Yeah, but my biggest concern most of the time is, are you going to change once you lose all this weight?
Am I gonna change towards you?
Just period.
I'm with you while I'm overweight. I wouldn't switch up on you because I done lost some weight. The only thing that's gonna switch up with me is my clothes will be cheaper. What do you think, I'm gonna leave you?
People say that.
If that was the case, I would have cheated on you already.
I'm just going off what people said.
I have no plans, no intentions on doing any of that. Even though you get on my nerves and grind my damn gears, I wouldn't leave you left behind. Lawrence is talking about all this foolishness about how I might want to leave him after I lose this weight. That is something that would never cross my mind.
Syreeta is going to need all the support she can get on her weight loss journey, and if her husband isn't behind her, she's just going to fail. Plus, it seems like he doesn't actually want her to lose weight anyway. He clearly likes bigger women, and if she loses enough weight to be at a healthy weight, he probably won't be interested in her anymore. After about 5 days of driving, Syreeta arrives at Dr. Now's office, where she's finally able to say how much she weighs after years of not knowing.
Okay, we're gonna go to room 5.
Syreeta knew she was fat, but I don't think she knew that she'd be 600 pounds. The last time she knew what her weight was when she finished high school and she was 450 pounds. But saying that she's gained over 150 is more shocking to her. It shows also just how disconnected Syreeta is with her body. She doesn't fully understand what her overeating is doing to her. When Dr. Now meets Syreeta for the first time, he wants to know what she's tried so far to lose weight and why it didn't work.
So what you have done so far to get your weight down?
I've tried dieting, intermittent fasting, and lower carb options.
Okay. When you eat food, do you feel comfort?
I do.
But do you feel guilty afterward?
Yes, I do.
So you have a cycle of going to food for comfort and eating what you know you shouldn't and regretting it, but still not changing any of your habits. So why haven't you made any changes to that cycle?
It's so hard sometimes. It's a challenge for me sometimes.
Well, it is not going to be easy. So you have to be willing to work hard and change if you want better weight and better health overall. Does anybody in the household encourage you to eat more?
Yes, I have enablers, people that don't know how to tell me
So
no.
who's your enabler?
Well, my husband is one of my biggest enablers.
So he doesn't want to argue with you to
That's
let
exactly.
you eat? Or, that's not being an enabler. That's
It's an enabler.
You're bullying him to feed you and you call that the enabler.
I do not bully him.
To give her credit, Syreeta is very honest about the fact that she knows she eats too much. She doesn't try and lie and say that's some strange reason she puts on a lot more weight than everyone else, like many other patients do. Syreeta realizes that she has a lot of bad habits that she needs to break, and she won't be able to get weight loss surgery until she fixes those bad habits. Dr. Now gives her his weight loss guide and tries to encourage her to exercise more to improve her mobility. It's crucial that Syreeta listens to Dr. Now, otherwise she's putting her life at even more risk if she gains more weight. She takes his advice very seriously and even tries to run up a big hill.
I'm about to challenge myself. I'm about to walk up the hill.
You gonna try the baby hill in the walking stick?
All right.
Come on, baby, you could do it. You could do it. You could do it. Okay, look at you. Go, Syreeta, go, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Go, baby. Go, baby. You okay, baby?
Yeah.
You okay?
I made it, all right.
You made it.
But once Syreeta's up, she realizes she won't be able to walk back down again, and so does the only logical thing.
Ready? Are you gonna try to slide down?
Yep. Okay, I'm coming. Oh, Lord. Here comes. Wait a minute! Wait, I'm dizzy as hell! Now I gotta get up. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. Oh. Take a shit, foot.
If Syreeta has one thing, it's definitely a positive attitude. Even though she's still self-conscious and has anxiety around people making fun of her in public, she still exercises anyway and tries not to let these issues bring her down. Syreeta doesn't just roll down hills, but she's also going swimming in a public pool to exercise with a PT.
I've had some days where I struggled more than others, but I'm always dedicated to getting back on track if I ever slip up.
3 months later, Syreeta is back in Dr. Now's office to see if she's lost enough weight for surgery. The last few months have been difficult for her, and she's tried really hard to stick to the program. And we'll soon see if it's been enough. A loss of just 19 pounds in 3 months is a lot less than Dr. Now asked.
And Dr. Now gave me a goal of losing 60 pounds over the next 2 months. So if I did that, I would be down to 543 today. Let me empty out anything that might make it heavy.
I step on the scale.
If patients stick to the diet 100%, they can lose 100 pounds in a month. So it's obvious that Syreeta's made some changes, but just not enough. But despite the little weight loss, Syreeta actually seems happy with herself. Yes, I agree that she should be proud of at least going in the right direction, but it needs to be a wake-up call that she needs to try a lot harder next time.
So it's been 2 months. I expected that you're gonna lose at least 60 pounds. But in return, you have only lost 12 pounds, which is a 6 pound a month, which is not very much. So what happened to the diet instruction we gave you? Did you read those papers?
I did.
How many times you read it?
I read it a couple times because I was showing.
Couple times. The deal was you read it every night.
I was doing good and eating more healthier than I was. I did good. It's just the consistency that I think that I struggle with.
Well, you know, the normal weight for your height is 140 pounds.
Is it?
Yes, 140 pounds. You're not double of that. You're almost 4.5 times that. So how are you going to lose that weight to get down to under 200? If you think losing 6 pounds a month is good progress, if you're going to do that, it's going to take you 6 to 7 years to lose that weight. And that is assuming you stick with it.
That's true.
What do you think will be the solution for your problem? You know, instead of being 140, you're not 240, you're not 340, you're not 440, you're not 540. You're 591. So how long your body is going to tolerate all that extra weight that you're putting on there? Wow. And this is your life, and you know, you're not going to live longer like that if you keep all that weight on you. But right now, you're killing yourself with food, and you don't seem to get that. And I'm not sure your family is getting that too.
But there could be a bigger problem at play here. Could there be someone close to Syreeta who's enabling her and encouraging her to eat more?
So what is your husband doing to help you out with that?
Ask him.
I don't know. He's ignoring me. He's not even looking at me. He's looking at the floor. So what are you doing to help her?
That's a good question.
Who buys all those chips and all this stuff?
Me.
So you bring it over there, you expect they're not going to eat it or what? You bringing it for yourself or you bringing it for her?
A little bit of both.
So what are you willing to do to help her?
Stop giving her more chips or bring more stuff that's better.
Well, what is today different than 2 months ago? That's what I'm concerned about. If you want her to live, you need to do everything you can to help her to make the changes she needs to avoid temptation. But Syreeta, no matter what everybody else does, there is no excuse to eat chips and candy. You're responsible to change your life and no one else. Can you imagine if today you were 140 pounds? What would be your life like?
I wouldn't be sitting in your office right now.
No, you would be out living your life and maybe starting a family. You wouldn't be facing an early death. So the question is, what are we going to do from this point to get to that point? Because whatever we gave you last time didn't work. So what are we going to do today that's going to make it work?
I just got to have a willpower to say no.
So let's give you another 2 months, lose 60 pounds again. See how we do.
Okay.
Any questions, anything I can tell you, anything I can help you with?
Syreeta realizes the seriousness of her situation and decides to move to Houston permanently. They find the house, but it falls through as Lawrence tries to cash a check in for their deposit and it doesn't arrive in time. The next few weeks are really stressful for Syreeta, as she isn't entirely sure where she's going to be living for the next few months. So when her next weigh-in comes around, Syreeta is very nervous that the scale won't have moved from the last time she saw Dr. Now.
At my last appointment 2 months ago, I was at 591. And Dr. Now wanted me to lose 60 pounds. So that means I need to see a number that's at 531 or less today.
Your weight is 544.
Oh, hell no. The scale don't lie, people do.
We're going to be going to room 5.
Room 5, all right.
Syreeta is shocked because this time around she's actually lost a decent amount of weight. It's not as much as Dr. Now asked, but hopefully he will still be more pleased that Syreeta is making more progress now. The result is exactly what Syreeta wanted and needed. Dr. Now approves her for weight loss surgery on the condition that she moves to Houston and loses another 25 pounds by the time she comes back. But Syreeta and Lawrence don't have much money, so they really struggle to find somewhere to live in Houston, as it is a much more expensive place than where they live now, which is pretty much in the middle of nowhere.
It's been a few months since I saw Dr. Now and got my surgery approval. Maybe like 4. It took us a few months to find a place because there isn't an inventory of a lot of places out there that we can afford. I couldn't just go to any place either because it depends whether or not I could use the bathroom. But we finally found a place and we're starting the process of packing again. But I ain't gonna lie though, from all the packing, my body hurts.
It takes over 4 months for them to find a new place in Houston, and their place definitely isn't the nicest, but it's better than what they had before. The walls aren't caving in, and it's a 1-story house, so Syreeta won't have to worry about going up any stairs or the ceiling collapsing. Since her last appointment, Dr. Now asked Syreeta to lose 25 pounds before she came back. As she was supposed to come back after a month and it's now been 4, she could have lost over 100 pounds at this point and been well over 400 pounds. But it's all gone terribly wrong for Syreeta.
And I don't think I've lost anything close to 100 pounds.
Going to room 5.
That's really disappointing, and I feel like I can't catch a break. With the move and all that stuff, it's really stressing me out. And it's made it hard to stick to the diet. I thought I was cutting back right and eating less, but I guess I was kidding myself. I'm not sure. I just hope Dr. Now gives me some credit for everything that I have done, and we could focus on that and move forward.
Syreeta's been lying to herself for thinking that she was following the diet. She's not even maintained a weight, which would have been around 5,000 calories a day for her size, and she's actually gained weight, so she was probably eating closer to 10,000.
Dr. Now, go ahead, lay it on me. Go ahead, cuss me out, because I know you want to.
Why should I cut you out?
Because I didn't meet my goal again this time.
You're right about that. This is 4 months later, you could have lost another 200 pounds, but you gained. So why is that?
Well, I had a lot going on back at home. I was still eating, as far as on the healthy wise, but it was just so much stuff going on at that time. So I wasn't being mobile enough as I should have been. And
Hold on. Your activity has very little to do with your weight.
well, that's what you said.
Okay, and let's back up a little bit.
Go ahead.
Okay, you think your weight isn't mostly about your eating habit?
I feel like I've been doing good with my eating habits.
That's not the question. Just stick with the question. Don't go off.
Okay.
So you think your weight has to do with your eating habit, correct?
Correct.
If you're 5 pounds overweight and you want to burn extra calories, working out will help with that. But if you are 500 to 600 pounds, the only thing it does will improve your stamina. It's not a significant factor at your weight loss. So the only thing that makes difference if you eat less. Do you get that?
Right.
Let me give you an example, okay? You assume you go into the bank, you deposit $100, you put in a $100 bill each month. But now, this time, you go into bank, you go deposit $100, nickel and dime, $1 bill. You still deposit the same amount, but it's broken to a small portion. But you still have the same total. Would that make any difference? No. You're telling me that you're eating the smaller meals now, and you're eating less at one time. So you're doing great, but you're still eating the same total in a day. If you're changing some product in your eating habit, but you're getting the same amount of calories, that's not gonna matter.
Okay. Now that you said that, now that's a different. That's okay. Now
You
I see
understand what
you're
I'm talking about?
saying.
Okay, so no matter what you do, you got to see some changes on the scale. And if you're not, then you still need to reduce the total calorie intake. The whole idea is not that you're going to eat less in volume, but less in calories.
Hearing Dr. Now explain things so simply to Syreeta because she doesn't understand is actually scary. She thinks that eating the same amount of food just in smaller quantities throughout the day will help her lose weight. I never understand why patients think like this and choose to listen to something that they've made up rather than what the doctor has told them. There's clearly some emotional issues that are making it extremely hard for Syreeta to stick to her weight loss program. So Dr. Now arranges for her to see a therapist. And it is really upsetting to hear how long Syreeta has been suffering for.
You've been defending yourself so long, I feel like you come into the room like this. Am I right? Does she have her dukes up? Yeah.
I think it's because if somebody gave you a piece of gum in the back of your mind, you think, what I gotta do because I got this piece of gum. And it goes on and on and on. It goes like that.
Your husband's very smart.
I read you more than what you think I read you.
Did you hear what he said? Mm-hmm. It's as if you're suspicious of people who are trying to help you. Even somebody like Dr. Now, right? And somebody could even make the argument that the gaining a little bit weight right before the surgery is because you don't even trust the surgery, right? You're maybe worried that that's not going to help.
Yes, I'm scared. I'm terrified.
Scared of the surgery.
I'm scared of it all.
Yeah. It's normal to be worried about a surgery, right? So all of the homework I want to focus on, one, letting down your guard a little bit, being a little less defensive. And I think one of the ways to do that is to keep track of what you've been eating really accurately so that when Dr. Now asks you, you can tell him, right? Second homework, if we were doing a trauma journal, what might make it in that journal? What would you be writing?
I want to write a letter to my mom because I want to be able to let them feelings go and leave it there on that paper.
Letting go of the weight that's holding you down. You can do this. You believe that?
I think so.
Okay.
Syreeta's childhood was so traumatic that she's never had anyone ever to stick up for her. She's never been taught how to look after herself properly, let alone how to eat well and have a healthy diet. And it's really no wonder why she has an addiction to food when it's the only thing that's ever comforted her. After our session, it seems like she's really taken on board the therapist's advice and is trying to keep a food journal so that she can be honest with Dr. Now what she's eaten. You can do this too, by the way, by having a calorie tracking app. And this isn't an advert, I just think that most people should track their calories. Because I can guarantee if you're struggling with your weight, you're probably eating way more than what you think you are. Anyway, whether Syreeta tells the truth about what she's eaten is a completely different story.
Recently, Dr. Paradise prescribed me to do food journaling therapy. It's been pretty cool. I'm more aware of my intake and I'm more aware of what's going into my body. So it's easier for me to keep track and I can actually pinpoint, oh, this is what I ate and how much of it I ate. Ow!
2 months later, Syreeta should be down at least 40 pounds. If she stuck to the diet properly, she could have lost well over 100 pounds, but Dr. Now gave her an easier goal to make sure she stays on track. But when she steps on the scales, things don't exactly go to plan.
So I need to be down to 512 today, and I really hope I did that.
Can step down. And we're going to room 5.
Well, I'm relieved that I lost weight and didn't gain it, but I'm worried that it's not enough to meet what Dr. Now said.
Syreeta's weight loss is slow, like really slow. She's been on the program for almost a year now and she's only lost 70 pounds. That's what some patients lose in a month, if not more. Syreeta just isn't trying as hard as she should be and is at massive risk of just failing entirely because she's not changing her diet enough. She's pretty much just doing the bare minimum to stay on the program. While Dr. Now is pleased that she hasn't gained any weight, he sees that she is falling behind. If she had weight loss surgery now, it might be a total waste because she just hasn't been consistent over the past few months. So Dr. Now gives her one last chance to lose 30 pounds in 2 months to be approved for weight loss surgery. Because at least this way, she's proven that she can continue to lose weight and not gain any back. even if it is at a slower pace.
You need to show me that this is not going to be a temporary change like last time. You're going to stick with it and not start to slip. So as long as you continue losing 14 pounds a month or more, in 2 months, we're going to do surgery.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Do you feel the therapy is helping you?
Therapy is helping, and basically what I learned from therapy is that not everybody is against me, and so I just have to let that wall down and just understand that people are here to help me, and they're just telling me right, and they're not telling me wrong.
Okay, super. You have to stop snacking between the meals, and you have to cut your portions down.
I've been doing good. I don't snack in between the meals. Actually, I don't snack at all. And if I'm not going to say I don't snack at all, because if I do, it's fruit.
So right now, at your weight, you should give up all fruit.
Okay.
Annoyingly, Syreeta continues to say that she doesn't snack and only eats the food on the plan. And obviously, we all know that's a complete lie, because fruit isn't even on her weight loss plan. So either she hasn't read it or is lying. And everyone who follows my channel will know that she is just obviously lying. And if you want to subscribe to my channel yet, make sure you do that now. Anyway, Syreeta is supposed to have 2 meals a day with very little carbs, vegetables, and protein. That's it. If she was doing that, then she would have been losing a hell of a lot more than 10 pounds a month. Syreeta's journey continues in her follow-up episode, where she ends up finding that she's pregnant a few months later. She had been pregnant before, but unfortunately miscarried. So this pregnancy is at a very high risk, especially considering that she's still very overweight.
Getting pregnant wasn't planned, and so now it's just like, okay, where we go from here? I think my biggest worry is I need to keep my eating under control. I went through a lot the last time being pregnant, and with my last pregnancy, I had a molar pregnancy. Basically, we already have cancer cells in our bodies. So when I got pregnant, the cancer cells instantly attacked the fetus and killed the baby on contact. I was in and out the hospital. I almost died with that last pregnancy. So I'm nervous. I'm scared with this pregnancy. I have a lot of emotions. I'll be all over the place with this.
As she needs a lot of medical support for her pregnancy, Syreeta moves to Florida to receive better care. But unfortunately, it isn't enough, and Syreeta sadly loses her baby.
Because I was so excited about becoming a mom. And nurturing my unborn baby has been my focus for the last 6 months. I mean, I still got to hold her, but she just wasn't alive.
Yeah.
I feel like during labor pains is what killed her. Me being in labor killed her. And I feel like even with everything else that was going on, her heart was just so strong. Like she was just fighting. She wasn't trying to go. And when they put them pills in, I felt like I killed her.
It hurts me to hear you feel like that you're to blame, but you're really not to blame. Nobody knows what could have happened or what should have happened. But maybe this is what was supposed to happen.
But it's like with every pregnancy, I keep getting further and further along.
That's why I believe the next time everything is gonna go like it's supposed to.
I don't know if I want to try again.
Well, we'll give it some time.
I'm working on this baby weight first, though, before we go back to Houston. Wait, hopefully I lost something.
Losing a baby is just always devastating, no matter how far along you are. And it seems like Syreeta was quite far into her pregnancy when she lost it. Her and Lawrence are desperate to have children, but before she tries it again, she wants to get her weight under control first.
So what's going on with you?
A lot has happened since the last time I seen you.
Fill me in.
Where to start? I think the last time I seen you, I was pregnant. I left you a message, but what you don't know is that I had to leave because I had some complications, so I had to go to Florida to get prenatal care for my baby. Well, I left Houston to save my daughter's life. I ended up losing the baby.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry about all the things that you have to go through. So where are you now? What is the goal you want to accomplish?
I want to lose the weight. Of course, I want to have another baby. Like, I want to have kids and be a mother.
So what I need you to do is lose another 60 pounds and move to Houston. Then I'm going to approve you for surgery. You think you can do that?
Yes, I could do that.
I'm glad to see Syreeta and got an update from her. but I'm sad to learn how she has gone through recently. I know this has been a hard time for her. So priority for her needs to be picking back up with therapy. Hopefully, that will help turn things around to get back on track with a healthier lifestyle.
Syreeta returns home after her appointment and is ready to make a huge change. One of the things on her list is to speak to her therapist, where she opens up about the loss of her baby.
She was a stillborn. Her heart beat all the way up until I went into labor.
That's horrible, Syreeta. How did you handle it?
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all.
I'm so sorry. That's major grief.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Syreeta, the most painful thing I ever talk about with clients is the death of a child. There is nothing that hurts more. Nothing. And I don't talk with people about recovering from the loss of a child. I talk about how to sort of work around the permanent scar that it leaves.
It was hard because we thought that the baby could be saved. We didn't think that it was going to end how it ended.
Did they induce labor for you?
Yeah.
Or okay. So then how did you decide when to induce labor?
It was hard. It was a real hard decision. It was either I could have stayed pregnant and made it to almost 7 months and took a chance on losing my own life.
Okay, so you even sort of had to decide to end the pregnancy in order to save your own life. What a difficult choice. How do you feel about the decision now? Do you feel like you handled it the right way?
Mm-mm.
What would you have done differently?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I made the wrong decision. I don't know. Like I was expecting some kind of miracle or something, but I don't.
Syreeta, it doesn't sound like there was a good decision in that moment. You made probably the decision that was best for your health for sure, right? Which was to do the most you could to keep yourself around. And there wasn't a decision that would have saved her. So Syreeta, we gotta get you to give yourself some grace here that you did make the very best decision you could under the very worst of circumstances.
Getting pregnant showed me that having a family is a possibility. Oh, did you grab me some fruit?
Sure.
I need some much drink too. Need a bottle of water. I don't do people sink water.
Oh, you be okay.
No, I ain't. I take some cranberry juice. And so I'm gonna do all I can to get there.
At the end of her follow-up episode, Syreeta still didn't have the surgery as she was still struggling to lose large amounts of weight. It also seems like she stepped away from social media in favour of a more private life. Hopefully, she loses enough weight to get the surgery and gets to her goal weight sooner rather than later. And if you want to watch another My 600 Pound Life episode of someone who's a bit more successful than Syreeta, click the video on the screen now. Follow me on Instagram at BigCraigYT, subscribe to my main channel and my compilation channel. Also, I've decided to start streaming, and if you want to follow that, you can catch me on YouTube streaming, or you can follow my Twitch, which is BigCraigYT as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Also remember, if you really want to know where you come from, scan the QR code on your screen or check the link in my description and use my code Craig at checkout to get started with MyHeritage DNA.